Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, March 27th, and today's lesson is more restoration. The memory text again is 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 13, and it reads, "But keeping with this promise, we look forward to a new heaven and a new earth." Today's lesson deals with the restoration of a relationship, the relationship between man and the animal kingdom. When God made Adam and Eve, He prepared for them a place to live, gave them a fresh atmosphere, moderate temperature over the entire planet, fruits and vegetables and herbs to eat, and He also gave them subjects, if you will. Land animals, fowls of the air, and sea animals were all to be under the dominion of humankind. And it's interesting because science likes to join mankind into the animal kingdom. But in the Bible there's a clear distinction between man and beast. And God saw it fit to put all of nature, including the animal kingdom, under the watch and care of Adam and Eve. In the beginning, there was not this survival of the fittest mentality that some seem to observe in nature, where the strong eat the weak. I mean, it's so common for us to see it today. I mean, every time I eat my tofurkey sandwich at lunch, coworkers would ask me, why am I trying to be a vegetarian if God made cows? What other reason would He make cows if we're not supposed to eat them? And that's kind of like the mentality. It's just so natural. But in the beginning, it was not so. Both man and beast ate from the same menu, which were fruits and vegetables and grains and nuts. There was no lion eating lamb or any of the sort. Everything was peaceful. But all of that changed as Adam and Eve chose to disregard God's law and disregard His reign. The impacts were worldwide and extremely felt in the animal kingdom. And we're going to read a couple of verses that kind of shows the transition in the experience between the relationship of man and beast. We'll start off by reading Genesis chapter 6, verse 11 through 13. Genesis chapter 6, 11 through 13. "The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth." Here we see that through the open rebellion of humankind, they've come to such a state that God has to intervene and destroy the entire planet in order to preserve some sort of sanity in which the human existence could continue. And because of the decisions of man, the entire planet again is affected. But we know that God asked Noah to build an ark to preserve a remnant of the human family and also of the animal kingdom. But after the flood, the dynamics of the relationship completely intensifies. And there's a huge conflict between the two creations. Genesis chapter 9, verses 2 through 4. "And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat." Here we see that the dynamics between relations between man and beast have changed. God has allowed man to consume animals as a part of their diet. After the flood, the resources that were available before the flood have been destroyed. Now God saw fit to allow mankind to eat of the flesh of animals. And the impact of this relationship has just deteriorated as the years have gone by. Man has been very selfish in the way it interacts with its environment, with the way they interact with the environment, consuming all for our own selfish needs. We have seen members of the animal kingdom go extinct as a result of decisions that men have made. God does not intend to allow these conditions to exist forever. The original plan was to be mutually beneficial between man and earth and the animal kingdom. But God has a plan to restore friendly relations between all of the inhabitants of the earth. And I would like to share some of these verses because it makes heaven look all the more awesome. It's already awesome, but these verses, just for animal lovers, make it all the more reason to want to be there. And we'll start off with Isaiah chapter 65. Isaiah 65, verse 25. It reads, "The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord." And then, continuing this thought, Isaiah chapter 11, verses 6 through 9. "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand in the cockatrice's den. Then they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea." We see that the conditions in which nature exists, and such violence, such bloodshed, such survival of the fittest, if you will, as people seem to observe, God will eliminate it all. And in heaven, He will allow His creation to again live in peace and harmony. Our children will interact with the children of bears and lions and not hurt each other, which is amazing. Something to stop and realize, though, is the fact that God is not indifferent with our environment and the creatures that live with us. The Bible testifies that it is God that feeds the birds. He's the one that clothes the fields with the lilies and the flowers. God is supremely tender and careful with His creation. Yet, out of all of the inhabitants of this earth, out of everything that was created, God was only able to save humanity. Becoming one with us, He has lifted up the race as the only surviving living organism to come up out of this earth. We were responsible for it all, and all was lost due to our lack of responsibility. If God will one day return the dominion to humanity and allow us to be responsible once again for the creation that He so cares for, I think it would be in our best interest to start today to be a responsible steward of God's creation. To do our best to recycle, to reuse, and to be a contributor to the peace and harmony of this world, and not just take. I know I have this thing with littering where I feel like it's a moral issue. Sometimes when I go to my car in the parking lot at my job, the parking lots are pretty dirty. You see rags and trash laying around. And sometimes when I get into my car, trash falls out of my pocket and I close the door. And something just impulses me to have to open that door and pick up my trash and put it back in my pocket. Because even though everything is dead and dying and trash, I will not contribute to the destruction of the world. I can do more, of course. We can all do more. And how's about we make that commitment to do our part, to be faithful with the little so that later we can be faithful with much. The lesson ends with this thought. As we can see, the gospel is so much about restoration. Though, of course, God alone can do the final restoration. What choices can we make that can help to bring about some needed restoration now? I'll leave you with that thought as you go through the rest of your day. God bless, and I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.